Hi guys, welcome to another video. If you've just watched my video, which is the 10 reasons why it may be time to walk away from luxury handbags, luxury goods, luxury fashion houses, maybe it's Hermes, Dior, Chanel, all of the top fashion brands, is it time to walk away? In that I said there are counter arguments for all of those reasons, and actually maybe it isn't time to walk away. So I thought it was time to do a separate video based on these are the counter arguments, so we can decide by the end of these two videos, where do you fall on this? Do you agree it's time to walk away? It's not time to walk away? Or do you even care? Who even cares? It's really not that important, is it? Anyway, let's get cracking. So the number one reason that I said it was time to potentially walk away from luxury was the prices, the price increases. So what is the counter argument to that? Surely none of us want to pay more for any of these bags. Well, there is an argument that says the prices do have to go up in order to keep these items being luxurious, in order to price people out, in order for it to stay as something that's unattainable to the general majority, which is sort of what luxury is about, isn't it? Now, I've always thought that anybody should be able to buy anything, and of course that is true, but if the prices don't go up, then the time value of money in the future will not allow you to get your money back on your bags, so the resale value will be affected, whether it's now or in the future. So it is sort of the law of economics, isn't it, that supply and demand, prices will change depending on the supply and the demand of goods. If there's short supply, if there's too much demand, blah blah blah. So the market has a way of sorting itself out, and so yeah, these companies are always going to price things accordingly. And also the other counter argument to this is not all fashion houses have put their prices up. Some have slowed down their price increases. I think the Fendi baguette, particularly the mini baguette, hasn't increased in value in price for a long time, as far as I can remember. LV haven't had too many price increases so far this year, I don't think. Correct me if I'm wrong. And then you've got YSL that actually has reduced some of their prices, and that is a whole other video, isn't it? But there is a counter argument that, yeah, that number one reason may not be the case. It may not put you off at all buying luxury. You might want a higher price in order to allow you to keep the value of all of these in the future. Anyway, that is number one counter argument. The second point that I raised about whether it's time to walk away is none of these bags actually hold their value. So why would you invest in inverted commas in luxury if you can't get your money back or make some money on them? Well, the counter argument to this is not everybody wants to sell their bags. There are some of us out there that buy bags because we love them. And yes, it's nice to have the comfort that you can sell should you want to. But I personally have never bought a bag with the intention of selling it. I've never bought a bag and gone, I'm going to buy that because I know I can flip it and buy and make some money on it. Never. I hope that if I do want to sell some, and I have sold some this year, that I can at least get my money back or do okay and make something from them. It's nice to have that comfort. But if you're not somebody who's bothered about selling a bag or realising it's whatever value, and you buy it because you love it, that argument does not exist for you, does it? It just doesn't exist. Okay, reason number three why you may have stopped buying luxury, it might be time to walk away, is that all these things are available, so they're not luxurious anymore, they're not exclusive anymore, then everybody's got one, you see them all over, so why do you want the same as all these other people? However, the counter argument to that is that it just means they're more attainable for us mere mortals that are not millionaires, and we don't have, I don't know, contacts in different places and everything else, and some of us do have a couple of contacts, but for the majority of people, the more availability just means that more people can get their hands on these things. And why shouldn't they? Everybody's money is as good as anybody else's. So I think that's a good thing. Is that not a good thing? That you can get your hands on something if you've saved up and you want to buy something? Why shouldn't you be able to buy it? Even if 10 million other people have it. Who cares? Okay, reason number 4 was bad customer experience. It just isn't as luxurious experience as it used to be. Well, the counter argument to this is that you may think that it is, that we only hear the horror stories of things that have gone wrong, and there's millions and millions of other stories that we never hear, that people have had amazing customer experiences and customer service. Or it may be that you don't want that sort of customer service. You are somebody who likes to go into store, have a look and not be bothered. You don't want somebody on your shoulder, and you don't want champagne and things. You don't want the attention. You just want to have a look at the things. Or you might want to buy online, or you might want to buy remotely. It may be that you just do not like that type of customer service. So for you, that isn't a great customer experience anyway. So we all like different things. So for me, that may not be an argument at all. Okay, number 5, the scandals. So I did say in my previous video that maybe some of these scandals that have happened puts you off buying from these luxury houses. So for example, the Dior scandal that's happening at the moment, the alleged workers' environment that are, they're not employees by Dior, but they are through subcontractors. It's all alleged. We don't know what's actually happened, but it may put you off buying something from Dior at the moment until you know exactly what's going on. How are you going to support a company that you disagree with their ethics, for example? We talk about Balenciaga and the marketing campaign and the fact that, oh, that doesn't feel right, so I'm going to make a stand. I'm not going to buy Balenciaga anymore, for example. LVMH taking over the world. I'm not saying that's a scandal, but it is something that you think, oh, are they potentially going to do a takeover of Cartier and Van Cleef? And you think, what else is left in the world for them to own? And actually, are they just going to control the whole market? That might not be something that sits well with you. Who knows? There's all sorts of different things going on. The Hermes lawsuit, different ethics involved. Some of these things could really put you off buying from any of these luxury houses. However, the counter argument to this, I'm not going to sit here and say that you should ignore all those things, and if the ethics don't align with yours, that you should just ignore that because you like the bag and you want to buy from them. However, there's 2 counter arguments, I think. One is you've got to know the full story. Don't just look at a headline and assume you know what's going on. So for me, with the Dior scandal, until I know in black and white what is happening and that something has been proven and something isn't just alleged and reported and all the rest of it, then I'm not going to make a decision because I don't know the full story. So I think the counter argument is knowing rather than just seeing a headline or seeing something on TikTok. Okay, number 6. In my other video, I mentioned the fact that a reason to walk away from buying luxury was we've just got other priorities now. We want to spend on travel and other experiences, assuming we've got some disposable income. Well, the counter argument to that is that you might not want to. You might want to still buy some of these things. I love these things. Spoiler alert, I love a designer bag. And therefore, yeah, I build it into my disposable income, if you like. I don't buy a bag and that means then we can't go on holiday as a family, because that wouldn't be okay for me and my family. That's not okay. But if I can do both and I can factor it in, I'm going to do both. So there might be compromises that have to be had, and that's up to me and my family and our own priorities. And I think that the counter argument to this one is just we all have our own choices, and that's exactly how it should be. Okay, number 7, quiet luxury trend. Now, I was a little bit provocative in my previous video because I did say that what is the point in buying luxury if you are somebody who likes to follow the trends and are going through your quiet luxury phase at the moment? So what is the point in buying luxury if nobody knows what it is? If you're somebody that wants a logo to be seen and you want to show off and you want to show your wealth, and if that's what you want to do, that's up to you. What is the point in buying something luxury if nobody knows what it is? So I was a little bit provocative on that because I know not everybody buys luxury for that reason. However, the counter argument to all of that is that, yeah, quiet luxury. One is you may not be following the trend and actually you're not interested in quiet luxury, or it may be that you've always been interested in quiet luxury because that's your style, and it doesn't mean that you wouldn't buy a luxury brand. You just love the luxury brand, and for you, you're not buying it for a logo, so actually you're just buying what you love anyway. So one counter argument is buy what you love. It doesn't matter if it's quiet luxury or monogram or logo mania or whatever else, just buy what you love. So is that a reason to turn away from luxury and just buy something high street because it may be just as good quality? No, we love what we love. We know what the thing is, even if everybody else doesn't know, and it's quite a nice feeling to think, oh, I've worked for this and I've bought this and nobody else knows what it is, and I don't care because I'm not buying it to show off to somebody else. Just a thought. Okay, number 8, quality issues. We bang on about how the brands should do better. The quality issues should be sorted, not necessarily faulty items, because that is one thing and the brand hopefully will put that right, but it's the general quality of these items. The leathers don't feel as good as they used to. The wear and tear is worse than it used to be. All those types of things. And maybe that's putting people off luxury. However, the counter argument to that is that we only hear the horror stories, don't we, of these quality issues. I've done a couple of videos based on a couple of quality issues that I had, one with Louis Vuitton and one with YSL. However, I've had many a bag in the last 30 years, and I can show you so many bags that I have had for a long time, and the quality of them is amazing. And they are beautifully made. I bang on about my D-Joy and the Caro, and just saying how the quality of it, the capucines, the Cousin, is that the Cousin up there? No, the Cousin's over there somewhere. Honestly, the quality of the Cousin is just exceptional in my opinion. So yeah, we don't really hear about that. So for one argument, there's always a counter, is all I'm saying. Okay, number 9, we're nearly there, guys. Number 9, I did say that some people were put off the luxury buying because the designs are just boring. There are so many collections coming out, but there's nothing new, there's nothing that grabs you. It's just boring. It's the same old designs being churned out time after time. The Speedy, it's coming out in leather, different colours. It's still just a Speedy. There's nothing to it. The counter argument to this is I love the Speedy. I love the Speedy, and I also love the nostalgia of bringing back a bag. And also you've got to realise that there are only so many designs that can come out that is still practical and versatile and functional and all the things that a bag needs to be. So when somebody does come out with something a bit different, people go, I don't like that. I don't like it. It doesn't sit properly on you, or it doesn't, you can't fit anything in it, or it's a funny shape, or it's this or it's that. People actually want a bit of everything, a bit of function and whatever else. So yeah, have we exhausted all the designs? I still love loads of things that are coming out, and that's just me. So that is my counter argument, is I don't think they're boring. I really like most of the things, particularly in Louis Vuitton. Just saying. Okay, the final point that I made in my previous video was the sign of the times, that it is deemed unacceptable to be a luxury lover. It's just frowned upon. Yeah, the cost of living crisis, the economy, just the showing off type of thing, just the bragging about your wealth, if you like, it's just frowned upon. So it may be that people are turning away from luxury thinking, I don't want somebody thinking that I'm materialistic or frivolous or whatever. So the counter argument to that is, you do you. I've said this in many a video. Why does it matter what somebody else thinks? There will be always somebody who has a different opinion to you, and that is how it should be. So why we're so worried about this external noise when somebody's going to criticise anyway? I can tell you, just from doing this channel for a short time, There's always an opinion. There is always an opinion about something that I believe in and somebody else doesn't. And that is okay. That is okay. So as long as we're all respectful and all the rest of it, doesn't matter what somebody else thinks. If you want to buy a bag with your own money and you're not hurting anybody, you're not putting yourself or somebody else in financial crisis, go nuts, go buy it. It brings people a lot of joy, and that's it. That is it. So where, guys, do you fall on this video? Are you in the camp 1, which is time to walk away from luxury? Are you in camp 2, which is I'll never walk away from luxury? Or are you somebody that dips in and out? Or do you not care? Is it not that deep? Let me know. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you on another one.